Tropical Storm Debby made landfall this morning as a hurricane in the Big Bend area of Florida. It moved inland about 10 miles per hour and is currently a tropical storm moving very slowly through the Panhandle, Georgia area of the southeast. We in South Carolina, specifically Beaufort County, are seeing the effects right now. The rain that's coming is part of Tropical Storm Debby. We can expect a lot more rain, Sheriff. National Weather Service is telling us that we can expect in excess of 20 inches of rain from now through potentially Friday. That is our significant rain amount, and that is our biggest threat at this time. The wind speeds are also a concern. They're elevated right around 60% chance of tropical storm force winds. Those coupled with the saturation we're going to see, we can see some trees coming down, which is a concern for us.
Okay. What we have here, of course, as I think a lot of people know by now,
Yes.
that's an executive order, state of emergency signed by the governor, and that came out yesterday.
Yesterday afternoon, yes.
Yesterday afternoon. So the state went ahead and what we thought was going to be today, they did it yesterday afternoon.
Yes.
And today, what we got accomplished was the county state of emergency that's also signed by the chairman of county council.
Correct.
And that went into effect at 2 o'clock today.
That is correct.
Okay. So what are we looking at? And we'll talk a little bit about that. You know, based on the state of emergency assigned by the state and the county, then we were in a forward motion, and being in a forward motion means that we had a meeting this morning at 11.
Yes.
And we had Frank Rodriguez, superintendent, and the new county administrator, Michael Moore.
Yes.
And there were some decisions made in that meeting that the county would close administrative offices. That would be Tuesday and Wednesday.
Correct.
And possibly Thursday.
Depending on the impacts from the storm.
And that decision will be made sometime Wednesday evening, but tomorrow and Wednesday county offices are closed.
Yes.
What a possibility of Thursday, but we'll know more come Wednesday or before. Also, with Frank Rodriguez, the superintendent of education, the decision was made that schools would be closed on Wednesday. And of course they're not open until Wednesday, but they're going to be closed on Wednesday. And there could be a possibility of a school closure on Thursday.
Yes.
Depending on how much water we get and what we deal with there. Let's talk about the EOC, the activation of our EOC.
Yes, sir. The Sheriff's Office EOC will be activated tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. There's a partial activation with crucial responding elements: law enforcement, EMS, fire, public works, South Carolina DOT, Department of Social Services to help coordinate with sheltering, and the military liaisons if they so choose to arrive.
Okay. And let's talk about shelters that we know that are going to be open.
Yes. Jasper County has opened the Ridgeland shelter at 4 p.m. Will open at 4 p.m. today. That is a shelter that Beaufort County and Jasper County partnered with years ago to assist Beaufort County's population with sheltering away from the coastline in the event of these type of events.
And that is at Ridgeland High School.
Correct.
And it is pet friendly.
That it is.
Okay. We did a conference call earlier today at 11 with the elected officials. That would be the mayors and of course Weston Newton was on, and of course the chairman of county council. And then after that we did a conference call with all of the fire chiefs and the police chiefs.
Yes, sir.
Anything come out of those calls that are concerning or anything we need to touch on?
No, our first responder elements in the county are prepared and ready to go. Water, search and rescue elements are staged throughout the county in the event with this deluge of water that might be coming our way. The fire departments, law enforcement, search and rescue will be ready to respond if so needed.
Is it a best case scenario or worst case scenario, however you want to look at it, that we're looking at anywhere between what we have currently on the ground and 30 inches of rain?
Correct. This would be best case scenario if this is all we get. That is most likely not going to happen. We are going to have substantial amounts of rain. 30 inches is historic and very dangerous.
That's just rainwater.
Yes.
We got high tides, of course, they're early in the morning, very early in the morning and late in the afternoon.
Right.
And I saw at high tide for I think Thursday afternoon was an 8.2.
It has gone up a little bit. I saw right around the 8-foot mark, but right around that time, that level.
So we got a lot of rainwater falling. Our base soil here is sand.
Yes.
We've got more water, more rain issues on the coast than we do inland, because I think the reports inland were around 10 inches.
10 to 15.
Okay. And then of course we got 10 to 30 on the coast. We've got tides coming in early in the morning, like 4 a.m. and I think 4 p.m. We've got a lot of water in our tides, and then we've got a lot of water that's not only coming down on top of us, but because we are the coast, any water they get inland is coming our way. So if we get a lot of water, we get a lot of rain in Hampton County and Jasper County and Colleton County and other areas inland, it's all going to work its way down to the coast. So we're going to bring all that water's coming to us. We've got rainwater on top of that, and then we've got high tides.
Correct.
That is keeping this water inland and our water from vacating. So we're going to have a water problem.
We will have a water problem.
And then the winds. Let's talk about the winds. What's the latest forecast on wind was what?
60% chance, especially along the immediate coast, our barrier islands, of experienced tropical storm force winds. Sustained, they gave us specific numbers around 28 miles per hour and gusts around 38. For reference, think of one of our spring, summer thunderstorms coming through, one of those rain bands, winds we experience on those.
Okay. So we got all this water we've talked about, and now we're talking about sustained winds, 28, 25 to 30, just use those numbers, and gusts probably being somewhere in the mid 30s, maybe upper 30 range. So we got base soil sand, we got a lot of water. These aren't trees that are going to get blown over where they snap in half. Okay, these are trees that are going to be blown over and the roots exposed, because all this water is inundating the root system, and then you got wind pushing, and then we're going to have problems. So we have those kind of problems, and we'll experience not only trees on roadways, but we'll also experience trees on power lines.
Yes. So
then we'll have power outages. We could have other issues as a result. So I want everyone to take this storm serious, because it is serious. I mean, it's unbelievable that you could get that amount of rainfall in several months.
Yes.
Not just in 48 hours, but it would take months to get that kind of rainfall. So we're talking about 6 months worth of rain in 2 days. So this is going to be a difficult battle.
Yes.
And everyone needs to be in the game. Of course, we're going to ask people as we progress through today into tomorrow, that if you need to drive somewhere, make it a need, not just a joyride. We prefer you stay home. If you can't, if home is not safe, go to a shelter. I don't know how often we'll be able to do this, but we'll do it as often as we need to. And I know that Lindsay and the staff is going to be sending out nixles to give everyone all the information we think they need. But we just need people to take this very seriously and don't take any chances, because moving water is extremely dangerous.
Yes, it is. Do not drive into the water. If on the roadways, if you're out walking about, which hopefully you're not, don't wade into the water. You don't know what's underneath, whether it's a sewer grate or one of the drainage things. It's very, very dangerous to go in a little standing water.
Anything else?
No, sir. You provided a very broad and concise synopsis of what we may be experiencing. The biggest thing is stay home, like you said. Stay off the roadways unless you really, really have to, and follow us for official information.
Well, let everyone know we will be out. We have high water vehicles stationed all over the county, and our deputies will be working. And when I say county offices are closed, That doesn't mean us. We're open 24/7, 365, and again, with the activation of the EOC, we'll upgrade that activation when we see the need. But I think we're well ahead of where we need to be, and we'll progress on and provide all the information we can when we can get it to you.
Yes, sir.
Adam, thank you.
Thank you, Sheriff.
All right, let's be safe.